This is a Soul Hit production.
You have now tuned into Insight Sundays, the show that brings you relevant news, youth and political topics with a new direction and focus for our communities. Log in with Facebook and get connected. Here's your host, Adrian Mickens.
What's going on, Indianapolis, and welcome to another edition of Insight Sundays right here on AM 1310 The Light and Facebook Live. As always, we have to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, which are Andrew J. Brown Academy, Indiana Christian Leadership Conference or ICLC, Buttons and Bows Hair Salon, Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, New Vision Lighthouse Ministries, Hair Artistry Indy, Inner Beauty Program Incorporated, New Breed of Youth, Lighthouse Academy Charter School South and East, Beach Grove Bible Church, Sam Ash Music Store, and remember, vote for William Benjamin for Sheriff of 2018. Again, vote William Benjamin for Sheriff of 2018. Stay connected with us on all of our social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, and of course, download our Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. Again, download our Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. As always, Indianapolis, we have another spectacular show for you guys today. This week, we'll be broadcasting the Peacemaker Bootcamp presented by Live Free Faith in Indiana. Let's check it out.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Well, thank you all for coming out tonight and participating in this great opportunity to hear more about putting together a violence reduction plan that has been implemented in cities across 10 or 20 cities across the United States, led by Live Free. And they're going to share some things with us tonight that will hopefully help us be able to do the same thing here so that we can have a full comprehensive plan that works. And so, sit back and enjoy the opportunity, get prepared for, questions and answers and some testimonies and all of those good things.
My name is John Grice. I'm from an area from here, Brightwood community. I'm from the Brightwood area. I grew up in the streets, even though I had a structure there, but the streets caught me. By the age of 19, I was shot in the face. By the age of 23, I was grazed again, shot at a park. I've been on both sides of it. I would be allowed to sit up here and say that I wasn't a shooter. I have been on the other side of it where I targeted people of my community, and I've been shot at several times. I done seen friends die in front of me. I done seen friends shot that we rushed to the hospital and let them out right there at the hospital and hoped that they was all right. And my son is falling in that same cycle. My son, he was shot in the leg. One time he was riding down the street, him and 3 other guys, and the car was shot up, the car flipped. A little young man named KJ was in the car with him, he died. So it's a cycle. My son is involved in that cycle, but where I'm at now, I keep my son on my side. And one of the things that I'm learning out here is a lot of these young men, they're just missing that love, that guidance that's right there with them. And I'm starting to see the love out here, like my brother Ross. Whatever he does, I rock with him. One thing I learned, that to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. And to be a good follower is to be a good follower of a plan. And coming into this, I bought into it. I had the opportunity of going to LA, meeting Mr. McBride, Mr. Paul Babcock, and a couple of other people. And I sat back. And I didn't say much. I just crossed my arms. You go on a meeting, everybody talk, and then after that, it's nothing happens. And that's what I've been falling victim to. I've been saying nothing happens. So I just listen. And then he don't know. I researched it. And what I saw is what he say is true. I saw the numbers. So I'm just here to say, I don't want to say much, but to let everybody know that I believe in this from what I saw. I'm 100% behind it, and I'm willing to help do whatever I can to get the brothers in the street behind it. Because it don't matter what we do if they don't buy into it. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. We can do all this all we want. If they don't buy into it, it means nothing. So we got to understand that this isn't about us, period. It's about those brothers that's dying in the street. And like I said, I'm here to support. I see great leaders in this room. And I hope all the great leaders can be great followers. Because that's hard for some of us, to be great followers. But I'll follow. Anything that's positive, I'm with it.
I think sometimes we got to drop the titles of leadership and just go back to the basics of serving, being a servant. I think we all servants of God. The next testimonial I want to bring up is DeAndre Yates.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out and listening to an important cause that's near and dear to my heart. And I have to say, it means so much to me to be in a room with people who may not have been directly impacted by gun violence, but still want to take up this cause. I like to say, don't wait until it happens to you, until it knocks on your door before you become a part of the solution, like I did. If I'm honest with you, I waited until death knocked on my door and said, change has got to come. About 4 years ago, my son, DeAndre, 13 years old, was attending a birthday party and was shot in the head by a stray bullet. He was at the right place, at the right time, doing all of the right things. Kids should be able to go to birthday parties. They should be able to dance. They should be able to hang out with their friends and have a good time. He was in a home. He was not in a club. He was under the supervision of 4 other responsible mothers. And a situation just got out of control. Someone got upset at somebody else. And my son just so happened to be the unfortunate target of the bullet. The bullet saw no race, no creed, no sexual orientation, no religion preference. It just saw the back of my son's head. My son did survive. He is a nonverbal quadriplegic at this time. He's been in the fight for 4 years. So we just celebrated 4 years of survival a month ago. So I'm excited about Dre's survival. I'm saddened that I had to become an advocate and become involved because it happened to me. But I tell you what, when it knocks on your doors and you see it firsthand and you're visiting your child by the bedside and in hospitals and going to multiple doctor's appointments and going through this struggle and what I call our journey of healing, you begin to look at life in a totally different way. I barely could read about the school shooting today because I'm so tired of people losing their kids. I am so tired of parents burying their kids and a parent like me going by bedsides. I was with my son last night because he requires 24-hour care, so he's in a rehab facility, and I sat there and I cried. And mind you, I've been on this journey for 4 years, but the pain still hurts me every single day like it just happened. And to see my son, I'm very transparent with our story, to see him sitting there in a wheelchair, drooling, slobbering, just, it was an okay day for him. It was not one of his good days. And I came home and I just cried because it hurts. It hurts to see your child hurt. If you're a parent, you know what that feels like. When they get the smallest scratch, we're concerned. But imagine a gunshot to the back of your head and seeing your child's life lay in balance every single day. Every single day. We don't know what we're going to get. Dre is doing well, considering. He is doing well. He has came a long way, but every day is a battle. I don't know what phone call I'm going to get. When I see that number pop up on my phone, I get the jitters every single time. But I continue to trust God. I continue to walk this walk with a faith greater than a grain of mustard seed. I have to, in order for me to stay sane and for me to have some sustainability for my other children. So I celebrate you all that come out and you want change. There needs to be change on each side. We need to stop people from pulling the triggers, and we need to stop people from dying. The people that, mothers like me, who I've met so many mothers on this journey who have lost their children. But at the same time, we need to love on those mothers on the other side, because at the end of the day, you lose both. When a mom has to go visit her child behind bars, and when I have to go to the hospital and other mothers have to go to gravesides, we lose. We're losing a generation. So we need to focus on the whole issue in its entirety and just focus on how we can be the change that we desire to see in the world.
Next, I want to call up Paul Babcock from the mayor's office to give an overview of the process.
I want to thank you all for inviting me to come here and speak. I don't necessarily know about process. I think more about how this is critically important for the mayor, but also critically important for everyone in Marion County, all of our citizens. At the end of the last year, the mayor announced a crime and violence reduction program with the guarantee that we were going to hire someone who would wake up every day and their sole objective was to think about how do we reduce crime and how do we reduce violent crime, specifically gun violence here in the city of Indianapolis. And we're working towards that, and hopefully by the end of this month or early next month, we'll be able to make that announcement of who that person is. So who is going to be working with each and every one of you to address gun violence and to really reduce the number of homicides and non-fatal shootings that are impacting our community in such a momentous and huge way. Additionally, that person will have 2 peacemakers at their disposal, for lack of a better word, who will wake up every day and be in the community, helping to build the capacity of local organizations, those that are formed and cohesive and working towards things, and the individual who just wakes up and after they go to work, they come home and they go out and they try and help their neighbors to get connected to resources, to get connected to programs, to get connected to the things they need to help their community. So the mayor and the city is committed to reducing gun violence, and we're going to put funds behind that, as well as we're working with some of the council to continue to leverage the community, the crime prevention dollars that are guaranteed every year in the city county budget, to really focusing on how do we prevent gun violence and how do we improve the access to resources that our communities need to really become strong and develop local solutions to local problems.
My name is Reginald Jones, and I'm 77 years old. I've been a part of this community. I've been on mayor's task forces, and I've watched black boys die from being a black youth in the city to now. And the mayor said he's going to hire one person that's going to be able to pull resources together. My question is the city going to be willing, once you get this information, to do what needs to be done? These guys out here, I commend them for what they do, and they don't get paid a dime. They do it because it's a commitment to their community. But I've seen too much in this city of racism, permanent racism, that does not let black boys, black men achieve. And if you look at the communities, as we build up Indianapolis, they don't build up black communities. They are slums. And if it's going to be a real commitment, then it has to happen. So I'm here, I want it to happen, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Well, I appreciate your comments, sir, and I think the mayor's committed to doing those things. The city's committed to doing those things. If we weren't, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have attended a meeting earlier this morning. I wouldn't have went to Los Angeles. I wouldn't have constant conversations with the organizations working towards that. The police wouldn't be involved in these type of activities of trying to figure out how to prevent that and working to address some of the racism and the structural things that we can control in this city. So I hope through example, the mayor and the city have shown to the communities across this county that we're committed to doing it, that it's a part of the fabric of this administration. We're committed to criminal justice reform as best as possible at the local level. So I know that there's a lot, and I know it's going to take time to change, but we're committed to make that change happen.
Hello, my name is Crystal Hines of the Inner Beauty Program, where I'm the founder and president. We have been enriching and inspiring and empowering youth ages 8 to 18 since 2002. Our original purpose of the program is to have girls focus on their inner attributes in a world where the outer appearance is the focal point. We have a dynamic staff of women who are here to provide all types of programming for your young ladies, including life coaching, mentoring, tutoring, boot camps, and special events. Please stay connected with us through our website, myinnerbeautyprogram.org, our Facebook page, Inner Beauty Program Inc., and our mobile app, Inner Beauty. Thank you.
Download New Boy mobile app. Check out our features. Comprehensive homepage. Scheduled events. Real-time notifications. Latest news. Download on App Store and Google Play.
Hello, my name is Sister Ariane Anderson, and I am the Youth Director at Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus. Here at Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, I have the opportunity to work with children of all ages. We offer so much for our children. They are a highlight of our church. Every Sunday, we offer youth services for our children, and every fourth Sunday of each month, we allow for our children to co-lead our services. Also, our youth nights are powerful. Every fourth Friday at 7 p.m., we come together in unity. During our youth nights, we get to praise, we get to worship, and our children get to fellowship with other children. At Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, our pastor, Derek and Lady Valerie Miller, are committed to serving our youth. So come out to Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus. It's the place where God is.
Buttons and Bows Nail and Hair Salon welcomes you to our new location at 6233 Allisonville Road, where we service all nationalities. We are a full nail and hair salon. Booth space available. Call 317-362-0323 for more info.
Since 4th grade, Indianapolis Lighthouse College Prep has been my home.
Lighthouse gave me the opportunity to take college classes for dual credits.
Lighthouse allows me to do community service, mentoring younger students.
At Lighthouse, I take classes geared towards a career that I'm interested in.
I'm a Lighthouse Scholar from kindergarten to college.
I am a Lighthouse Scholar from kindergarten to college.
I'm a Lighthouse Scholar graduating this year and on my way to college. Apply at lighthouse-academies.org.
Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible
Church. During the last 5 years, National Heritage Academies ranked in the top 25% of U.S. schools for academic growth.
I'm learning a lot.
We want you to have academic success, but we want you to have emotional success.
They teach me to be a good person.
My children feel very safe.
That's why 92% of our parents recommend us.
We are in the business of producing excellent human beings. That's our legacy to the world.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pastor Aaron Boyd. I'm the pastor at New Vision Lighthouse, and we're located at the corner of 46th and Arlington and Devonton Plaza. We welcome you to come and worship with us every Sunday at 11 a.m. We have midweek Bible study on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Our mission is simply this: to let our light shine in our communities and in our families. You can like us on Facebook, visit us on the web at newvisionlighthouse.com. God bless you. Be careful and be prayerful.
Everybody out there, hey, register to vote. Register to vote. Too many people fought for your right to vote. Register. And then May of 18, come out and remember William Benjamin. Remember William Benjamin. May of 18, we have to vote in the primary. Amp, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for this. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
I just got the best deal on my new guitar at Sam Ash.
I always get advice I can trust.
I got it in time for my gig.
The coolest selection of music and sound gear, always at the guaranteed lowest prices. Sam Ash, the real deal.
Next, I want to introduce Reverend Michael McBride. Pastor Michael McBride is committed to addressing gun violence and massive criminalization of people of color. Pastor Mike was named the number 9 top clergy leader to watch in the U.S. by the Center of American Progress. He has served on the National Task Force with the White House and the Department of Justice and was appointed as advisor of President Obama's Faith-Based Advisory Council for faith-based and neighborhood partnerships.
I want to give you a couple statistics just to help quantify a few things. Across the country, 25% of the incarcerated are incarcerated not because they've been convicted of a crime. They just can't afford bail. And I know individuals who have spent 3, 4, 5 years in jail, got their day in court, and was not guilty. Then I know some folk who were guilty, but they only got an 18-month sentence. Then I know folk who, of course, been convicted and they got a little bit more ways to go. But the data tells us this: 99% of everybody who gets convicted comes home. So we're not even losing folks permanently to the jails. They're coming home. And so the question we have to see to ask ourselves, whether they get caught in the system, whether they go through the system, what are they coming home to? And that's one question we all have to hold. The cost for each gun-related homicide in your city, according to the RAND report and the Center for Disease Control, $2 million on the low end, $5 million on the high end. What do you think contributes to the cost of a homicide? Throw some things out.
Investigations.
Now y'all speaking in tongues. I like that.
Investigations.
Investigations. What else? Medical care. What else? Lawyers. What else? Funeral costs. Mental health. Overtime for the police.
Lost wages.
So all that, you add all that up, that is how much we, the taxpayer, are paying for one. Just one. Now, our data and research is teaching us that it is as low as $25,000 to rehabilitate, turn into a peacemaker, to create one of these soldiers like we got right there. That's all it costs, $25,000. I don't know. I'd be asking folks. It seems like it's cheaper to pay Pookie not to shoot. This is important because this is going to get to our theory of change. There are 19,000 cities in the United States of America, 17,000 police agencies, only 70 cities. This is according to data from 2012-13. Only 70 cities have more than 25 gun-related shootings and homicides. Only 70 cities out of 19,000. These 70 cities account for 40% of all the murders that happen in this country by guns. Now, of course, you see your city up there if you got good glasses and whatnot, good eyes, part of that 70. But only 14 cities in this country have more than 50 gun-related shootings or homicides. Not shooting, I'm sorry, homicides. We got a lot more shootings. Only 14 cities. Now, this is where I'm actually put your thinking cap on. What is this teaching us about gun-related homicides?
It's much more isolated than they make it seem.
It is much more concentrated than we are led to believe. If you listen to some folk, you think the whole world is on fire. Now let's get down to our cities. Is every block in the city of Indianapolis the shootout at the OK Corral?
No.
Is every neighborhood?
No.
Is every district?
No.
How many neighborhoods or districts do you think have the greatest challenges around gun-related shootings and homicides?
5, 6.
5 or 6. Somebody said 2.
4, 5, 6.
Gee, like I live in both of them. I'm straddling. Somebody said, man, right? I know my 2. Listen now. This is important. If you are telling me that we have 5 or 6 neighborhoods, how many blocks are in those neighborhoods, you think? 10. So, 10 times 5, let's just go, it's up to 10. You mean to tell me, just like there's 14 cities out of 19,000 cities, in the city of Indianapolis, you may have 50 blocks out of the whole city that is contributing to all of this violence. I want you to appreciate a couple things now. Our work then does not have to be citywide in the sense that it is every block, every neighborhood.
Thank you, Indianapolis, for tuning in to another edition of Insight Sundays right here on AM 1310 The Light and Facebook Live. As always, make sure you stay connected with us on all of our social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, and of course, download our Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. Again, download our Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. And we will check you guys out next week.
This is a Soul Hit production.